Alcoholics Anonymous, this is the first edition of the Big Book, the basic text for Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous. Other books: 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, an interpretive commentary on the AA program by a co-founder. Alcoholics Anonymous Comes of Age, a brief history of AA's first 2 decades. As Bill Sees It, formerly the AA Way of Life. Selected writings of AA's co-founder, Dr. Bob and the Good Old Timers, a biography with recollections of early AA in the Midwest. Pass It On. Bill W.'s life story, how the AA message reached the world. Daily Reflections, a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. Experience, Strength, and Hope, stories from the first 3 editions of Alcoholics Anonymous. Booklets, Came to Believe, Spiritual Experiences of 75 AAs, Living Sober. Practical suggestions heard at meetings, AA in prison, inmate to inmate, former Grapevine articles by people who found AA in prison. Alcoholics Anonymous, the story of how many thousands of men and women have recovered from alcoholism, 4th edition. Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Incorporated, New York City, 2001. Copyright 1939, 1955, 1976, 2001 by Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Incorporated, all rights reserved. First edition, 16 printings, 1939 to 1955. Second edition, 16 printings, 1955 to 1974. Third edition, 74 printings, 1976 to 2001. Fourth edition, new and revised, 2001. First printing, October 2001. 32nd printing, December 2013. Personal stories on pages 407, 476, 494, 531, and 553 are copyrighted by the AA Grapevine Incorporated and are reprinted here with permission. This is AA General Service Conference approved literature. Alcoholics Anonymous and AA are registered trademarks of AA World Services Incorporated. Library of Congress Control Number 20010946993, ISBN 978-1-893007-16-1, printed in the United States of America. Contents: Preface, Forward to First Edition, Forward to Second Edition, Forward to Third Edition, Forward to Fourth Edition, The Doctor's Opinion, Bill's Story, 1. There is a Solution, 17. More about Alcoholism, 30. We Agnostics, 44. How It Works, 58. Into Action, 72. Working with Others, 89. Two Wives, 104. The Family Afterward, 122. Two Employers, 136. A Vision for You, 151. Personal Stories, Part 1. Pioneers of AA. Dr. Bob's Nightmare, page 171. A co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, the birth of our society dates from his first day of permanent sobriety, June 10th, 1935. Contents continued. Alcoholics Anonymous number 3, page 182. Pioneer member of Akron's group number 1, the first AA group in the world. He kept the faith, therefore he and countless others found a new life. Gratitude in Action, page 193, the story of Dave B., one of the founders of AA in Canada in 1944. Women Suffer Too, page 200. Despite great opportunities, alcohol nearly ended her life. An early member, she spread the word among women in our pioneering period. Page 208, our Southern friend, pioneer, AA, minister's son, and Southern farmer, he asked, who am I to say there is no God? A Vicious Cycle, page 219, how it finally broke a Southerner's obstinacy and destined this salesman to start AA in Philadelphia. Jim's Story, page 232, this physician, one of the earliest members of AA's first black group, tells of how freedom came as he worked among his people. The Man Who Mastered Fear, page 246, he spent 18 years running away and then found he didn't have to run. So he started AA in Detroit. He sold himself short, page 258. but he found there was a higher power that had more faith in him than he had in himself. Thus, AA was born in Chicago. The Keys to the Kingdom, page 268. This worldly lady helped to develop AA in Chicago and thus passed her keys to many. Part 2, They Stopped in Time. The Missing Link. Page 281. He looked at everything as the cause of his unhappiness except alcohol. Fear of fear. Page 289. This lady was cautious. She decided she wouldn't let herself go in her drinking, and she would never take that morning drink. The housewife who drank at home, page 295, she hid her bottles in clothes hampers and dresser drawers. In AA, she discovered she had lost nothing and had found everything. Physician, heal thyself, page 301. Psychiatrist and surgeon, he had lost his way until he realized that God, not he, was the great healer. My Chance to Live, page 309. AA gave this teenager the tools to climb out of her dark abyss of despair. Student of Life, page 319. Living at home with her parents, she tried using willpower to beat the obsession to drink, but it wasn't until she met another alcoholic and went to an AA meeting that sobriety took hold. Crossing the River of Denial, page 328. She finally realized that when she enjoyed her drinking, she couldn't control it, and when she controlled it, she couldn't enjoy it. Because I'm an Alcoholic, page 338. This drinker finally found the answer to her nagging question, why? It might have been worse, page 348. Alcohol was a looming cloud in this banker's bright sky. With rare foresight, he realized it could become a tornado. Tightrope, page 359. Trying to navigate separate worlds was a lonely charade that ended when this gay alcoholic finally landed in AA. Flooded with feeling, page 369. When a barrier to God collapsed, this self-described agnostic was at step 3. Winner takes all, page 375. Legally blind but no longer alone, she found a way to stay sober, raise a family, and turn her life over to the care of God. Me, an Alcoholic, page 382. Alcohol's ringer squeezed this author, but he escaped quite whole. The Perpetual Quest, page 388. This lawyer tried psychiatrist, biofeedback, relaxation exercises, and a host of other techniques to control her drinking. She finally found a solution uniquely tailored in the 12 steps. A drunk like you. Page 398. The more he listened at meetings, the more he came to know about his own drinking history. Acceptance wasn't the answer. Page 407. The physician was hooked, he thought. He just prescribed drugs medically indicated for his many ailments. Acceptance was his key to liberation. Window of opportunity, page 421. This young alcoholic stepped out a second-story window and into AA. Part 3, They Lost Nearly All. My Bottle, My Resentments and Me, page 437. From childhood trauma to Skid Row drunk, this hobo finally found a higher power, bringing sobriety and a lifelong lost family. He lived only to drink, page 446. I had been preached to, analyzed, cursed, and counseled, but no one had ever said I identify with what's going on with you. It happened to me, and this is what I did about it. Safe Haven, page 452. This AA found that the process of discovering who he really was began with knowledge who he didn't want to be. Listening to the Wind, page 458. I took an angel to introduce this Native American woman to AA and recovery. Twice gifted, page 470. Diagnosed with cirrhosis, this sick alcoholic got sobriety, plus a life-saving liver transplant. Building a new life, page 476. Hallucinating and restraining by sheriff, deputies, and hospital staff, this once happy family man received an unexpected gift from God, a firm foundation to sobriety that would hold up through good times and bad. On the Move, page 486. Working in the AA program showed this alcoholic how to get from geographics to gratitude. A Vision of Recovery, page 494. A Feeble Prayer forged a lasting connection with a higher power for this Micmac Indian. Getting bravado. Gutter bravado. 501. Alone and unemployable, he was given two options by the court: get help or go to jail, and his journey toward teachability began. Empty on the inside, page 512. She grew up around AA and had all the answers except when it came to her own life. Grounded. Alcohol, page 522. Alcohol clipped this pilot's wings until sobriety and hard work brought him back to the sky. Another chance, page 531. Poor Black, totally ruled by alcohol. She felt shut away from any life worth living, but when she began a prison sentence, a door opened. A late start, page 535. It's been 10 years since I retired, 7 years since I joined AA. Now I can truly say that I am a grateful alcoholic. Freedom from bondage, page 544. Young when she joined this AA believes her serious drinking was the result of even deeper defects. She here tells how she was set free. AA taught him to handle sobriety, 553. God willing, we may never again have to deal with drinking, but we have to deal with sobriety every day. Appendices 1. The AA tradition, 561. 2. Spiritual experience, 567. 3. The medical view on AA, 569. 4. The Lasker Award, 571. 5. The religious view on AA, 572. 6. How to get in touch with AA, 573. 7. 12 concepts short form, 574.